This is Siberia, the sleeping continent within Russia, where molten lava flows over ice and snow, and the deepest lake on Earth nurtures an isolated, bizarre ecosystem unlike anything seen anywhere else. How can humans survive in a place where nature constantly seeks to wipe them out? The answer lies in the journey through the most mysterious land on the planet that we are about to embark on. To understand why Siberia is different from anywhere else on Earth, we must begin where the cold is not a season, but an unchanging force. Oykun lies deep in the Verkhoyansk Mountains, a remote valley where the cold air lingers and refuses to leave. Surrounded by mountain ranges that block warm winds, this tiny settlement has recorded temperatures as low as 71 degrees C, and only about 1,000 people live there permanently. Here, the cold is a physical presence. Breath freezes instantly. Metal becomes brittle. Engines cannot be shut off, as restarting them is likely impossible. However, Oykun is not a place to admire. It's a place of everyday life. Children walk to school, wrapped in layers of fur and cloth. Shops are open as usual. Families cut ice to store water. Food freezes outdoors, naturally preserved by the climate itself. Life goes on not because the cold has weakened, but because people have learned to live with it. The Verkhoyansk Mountains stretch like a frozen spine across northeastern Siberia. The sky is clear, sharp, and stretches endlessly. The people here don't fight the cold. They respect it. They measure life by daylight, by the weather, by patience. Sakha Republic, also known as Yakutia, is one of the coldest inhabited regions in Siberia. Earth is one of the world's largest administrative territories. Towns are far apart, roads are limited, and winter can turn any journey into a risky endeavor. Larger than Argentina, this is a land where distance defines existence, and winter reigns supreme over time. At its heart lies Yakutsk, the capital built entirely on permafrost that never completely melts. Buildings are constructed on tall concrete pillars, allowing cold air to circulate underneath and preventing heat from melting the ground. Water and sewage pipes run above ground, exposed to the air, insulated and wrapped like lifelines stretching across the city. In winter, Yakutsk often disappears beneath a thick fog. The city seems to hang suspended, half-existent, as if existing somewhat out of sync with the rest of the world. At the open-air fish markets, frozen fish are stacked like carved stones, their bodies stiff, their scales dulled by frost. Nothing here can conceal the cold. Every street, every building, every habit reflects the understanding that survival here depends on respect, not conquest. The roads of Yakutia are not merely infrastructure. They are a compromise with nature. Every kilometer exists in conditions dictated by the cold, distance, and fragility. Repairs are constant. Potholes appear overnight, not from traffic, but from the temperature. The most famous of these is the Kolma Highway, often called the Bone Road. It stretches for thousands of kilometers through the wilderness, where assistance can take days to arrive. Drivers here follow unwritten rules. No, never travel alone. Never let the engine stall for too long. Never abandon another vehicle that has broken down. On these roads, helping is not an act of kindness. It is a duty. The roads of Yakutia reveal a truth. Travel here is never haphazard. Every journey is carefully considered, calculated, and shared for Yakutsk. The Lena River is more than just a scenic spot. It is vital. The city sits atop permafrost, with virtually no road connections to the rest of Russia for much of the year, spanning approximately 4,400 kilometers. It originates in the mountains near Lake Bal, then flows north through the vast interior of eastern Siberia before emptying into the Laptop Sea. During the short summer, usually no more than 4 months, the Lena River becomes a vital lifeline. Cargo ships and barges move steadily across its vast expanse of water, carrying fuel, food, building materials, and daily necessities into the city. Almost everything Yakutsk depends on arrives by water. During this brief period, the river becomes a mobile market, a supply route, and a link to the outside world. In winter, the Lena River transforms. Temporary ice roads appear, allowing vehicles to cross where there were no bridges. What was once water becomes infrastructure, slows down, but doesn't stop. The river also shapes daily life. For Yakutsk, the Lena River is not just a river flowing through it. It is the reason the city can exist. Earth's frozen chronicle. Beneath much of Siberia lies permafrost, a vast layer of land that has been frozen for tens of thousands of years. It stretches for hundreds of meters in some places, locking in soil, ice, and organic matter in a state of near-perfect preservation. From this frozen ground, mammoths have emerged with their fur intact, their skins preserved, and even the food in their stomachs still visible. Russian scientists say this is the most perfectly preserved mammoth mummy ever discovered, named Jana. The specimen weighs over 100 kilo, is about 120 centimeters tall, and was determined to have died when it was only about 1 year old. Jana lay undisturbed under the permafrost in the Yakutia region of Siberia for over 50,000 years. Of only about 7 mammoth remains ever found globally, Jana is considered the most intact, offering exceptional scientific value and reflecting the rapid melting of permafrost in Siberia due to climate change, revealing specimens of extinct species. Even lions have appeared in similar conditions, not fossils, but frozen over time. These discoveries give scientists rare insight into the Ice Age ecosystem, revealing how animals lived, foraged, and migrated across the ancient Siberian plains. In addition, scientists have identified bacteria and viruses trapped from the last ice age. Some of these viruses, known as zombie viruses, remain dormant, but are still capable of survival, raising concerns about what might be released when the ground warms and the ice melts. In this sense, permafrost is both a repository and a warning sign. It tells the story of Earth's past with incredible clarity, but it also shows the consequences of climate change. From frozen ground and ancient skeletons, the journey turns eastward to a land where Siberia begins to burn. The Kamchatka Peninsula lies between the Pacific Ocean and the Sea of Okhotsk. Remote and largely inaccessible by land, its isolation has preserved it. But here the Earth never truly rests. Kamchatka lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates collide and pressure escapes as heat. More than 300 volcanoes rise from the peninsula, 29 of which are still active. The most striking is Kluchevskaya Sopka, perfectly shaped, a gigantic ash and snow-covered cone volcano, over 4,000 meters high, reaching towards the sky. It erupts frequently, creating towering plumes of smoke in the atmosphere, darkening the horizon with ash that drifts hundreds of kilometers away. Not far from there is Mutnovsky, less elegant but more approachable. Its slopes are marked by the scars of constant activity. Steam hisses from the cracks. Sulfur stains the rocks yellow and white. Beneath the snow, mud boils and bubbles. Water froths. The ground trembles slightly under each step. Deeper within the peninsula lies the Valley of the Geysers, one of the largest geothermal areas on Earth. Hot water columns erupt irregularly. Steam swirls through narrow valleys. Mud pools vibrate slowly, as if measuring time in another way. Ice and fire exist just meters apart. Glaciers supply water to rivers, flowing through the boiling geysers. Amidst the chaos of nature, brown bears still move quietly within their territory. With their massive bodies, adult males can weigh from 500 to over 700 king in late summer. Their thick fur, dark brown to yellowish gray, helps them withstand cold rain, sea winds, and long winters. They are omnivores, but their diet is distinctly seasonal. In summer and early autumn, Kamchatka bears congregate along rivers to hunt migrating salmon. They feed intensely, accumulating fat in preparation for their months-long hibernation. In Kamchatka, brown bears are not only top predators, but also symbols of pristine wilderness and a natural rhythm undisturbed by humans. South of Kamchatka, the landmass is divided by the sea, a chain of islands stretching between Russia and Japan formed entirely by the collision of tectonic plates. The Kural Islands exist because the Pacific Plate has been subducting beneath the Okhotsk Plate, pushing magma up from the ocean floor. What rises is unstable, violent, and full of life. On Paramushia Island, the Abeo volcano smolders continuously. Smoke rises from its crater almost daily. Ash blankets nearby settlements. The eruptions aren't always violent, but they are persistent. A reminder that the land beneath these islands is only temporary. Further south is Atlasov Island. A single volcano rises straight from the sea. Steep slopes plunge into the dark water. There are no vast plains, no gradual transitions. Only fire meets the ocean. Here, Siberia ends, not peacefully, but spectacularly, dissolving into the Pacific Ocean through fire and salt. Lost far above the Arctic Circle, far from roads and cities, lies the Pirana Plateau.